What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Tech Egadget. I'm your host Jack, and today we are doing something you guys have been asking me about for weeks. It is a full head-to-head battle between two of Denon's brand new AV receivers, the AVR-X2900H and the AVR-X3900H. These two just dropped and they are replacing the X2800H and X3800H, and I am here to tell you, the upgrades are real, they are meaningful, and depending on which system you are building, one of these is going to be the obvious choice for you. So stick with me because by the end of this video, you will know exactly which one to buy. Let's get into it. Before we dive into the specs war, let me set the scene for you. Both of these receivers sit right in the middle of Denon's lineup. Not entry level, not flagship. They're squarely aimed at people who are serious about home theater and want every major audio format, modern HDMI connectivity, and smart room correction, without paying for the kind of over-engineered amp section that only makes sense in a massive dedicated cinema room. And if you are not sure what AV receiver is right for your system at all, I have a full buying guide linked in the description. Go check that out after this video. Now, let's talk about what these two units actually have in common before we start separating them. Alright, let's start with the common ground, because there is actually a lot of it. Both the X2900H and X3900H support Dolby Atmos and DTS-X, so if you have height speakers or you are planning to add them, both receivers will handle that beautifully. If you are not running height speakers yet, both also include Dolby Atmos height virtualization, which simulates overhead sound from your existing layout. It is a solid stopgap, not a permanent solution, but it works well enough while you are building out your setup. On the video side, both support 4K and 8K pass-through, with Dolby Vision and HDR10+ for the richest possible color and contrast on your display. Older HD sources get upscaled, which is handy if you are mixing Blu-rays and cable boxes in the same chain. For gamers, both come loaded with 4K at 120 Hz, variable refresh rate, auto low latency mode, and, this is new compared to the previous generation, AMD FreeSync. The X2800H and X3800H had VRR and ALLM, but they did not have FreeSync. So if you are running an AMD GPU or a FreeSync compatible display, this is a welcome addition on both models. Both receivers include a front USB port for high-resolution audio playback, up to 24-bit 192 kHz, supporting FLAC, WAVE, and ALAC. So if you have a local music library on a drive, you can plug it straight in without any extra streaming device in the chain. And speaking of streaming, both units come with HEOS built in, which is Denon's multi-room platform. You get AirPlay 2, Spotify Connect, Qobuz, Tidal Connect, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and Roon Ready certification. HEOS has gotten significantly better in recent years, and Tidal Connect and Qobuz make high-res streaming genuinely effortless. Both units also support Josh, AI, Alexa, and Google Assistant for voice control. Room correction is included on both, powered by Audyssey. The setup mic walks you through measuring each speaker from multiple positions and applies filters to compensate for what your room is doing to the sound. Bass buildup in corners, early reflections off hard surfaces, uneven frequency response. It makes a real and noticeable difference, especially on bass response and channel balance. And here is the headline feature that both models now share: Dirac Live support. Dirac Live is one of the best room correction platforms in the world, used in professional environments and high-end custom installs. Having it available as a paid upgrade at this price point is a big deal. I have a full Dirac Live walkthrough video on the channel, link in the description if you want the deep dive. Finally, both receivers come with a redesigned web-based interface, so you can access settings from your phone or laptop without the TV even being on. Real-time channel level monitoring on screen, a backlit remote for use in a dark room, and Denon's 70% power guarantee, meaning each unit delivers more than 70% of its rated output across up to 5 channels simultaneously. That is not a single channel peak number. That is real, usable power across the whole system. Okay, let's talk about the X2900H specifically. This is a 7.2 channel receiver rated at 95 watts per channel. That 7.2 designation means 7 amplified speaker channels and 2 subwoofer outputs. But here's the thing you need to know. Both sub outputs carry the same signal. There is no independent control between them. If you are running two subs, you are getting one signal split across two jacks for convenience, not true dual sub management. Keep that in mind. Those 7 speaker channels give you real flexibility though. You can run a traditional 7.1 surround layout, a classic 5.1 setup, or pull 2 of those channels up to height speakers for a 5.2. 2 Dolby Atmos configuration. You can also assign 2 channels to a zone 2 for audio in a second room, though if you do that, you are down to 5 channels in your main space. For the back panel, 6 HDMI inputs and 2 outputs, with 3 inputs supporting 8K pass-through. There is a built-in phono stage for a turntable, 4 analog inputs, 2 optical and 1 coaxial digital input for legacy gear, plus Ethernet alongside built-in Wi-Fi. That is a solid connectivity package for this tier. Room correction on the X2900H runs Audyssey Multi-Q XT with dynamic EQ and dynamic volume. And the Dirac Live upgrade path here covers room correction only, not bass control, not active room treatment. Those more advanced Dirac features are exclusive to the X3900H. So, if you are planning to go really deep on room tuning with the full Dirac suite, that distinction matters before you pull the trigger. But for most people building a standard home theater setup, the X2900H's correction tools are more than capable. So who is the X2900H for? It is the right choice if you are building or upgrading a home theater in a typical living room or dedicated space. You want proper Dolby Atmos in a 5.1, 2 or 7.1 configuration, and you are not running more than 2 subs. The fact that Dirac Live is now on the table for the first time at this price point makes it a genuinely compelling buy. The X2800H never had it. Not even as an option. That alone moves the needle here. Now let's step up to the X3900H, and this is where things get really interesting. On paper, the chassis looks almost identical to the X3800H. Same shape, same face. But do not let that fool you. Denon has reconstructed this receiver's audio motherboard from the ground up, engineered and tuned at their Shirakawa Audio Works facility in Japan under the guidance of their sound master team. And the star of that rebuild is a premium single-die 32-bit 8-channel DAC system that completely replaces the stacked 2-channel converters from the previous generation. Why does that matter? By consolidating the ear-level channels onto a single silicon die, Denon natively resolves micro-timing clock errors, jitter, and dramatically shortened the circuit board paths. That simplified circuitry reduces electromagnetic interference, lowers the noise floor, and maximizes pre-out SINAD voltage. In plain English, the X3900H delivers noticeably sharper acoustic imaging, clearer high-frequency detail, and punchier bass transients compared to its predecessor. This is not a badge refresh. This is a ground-up hardware improvement. In terms of raw specs, the X3900H is a 9.4 channel receiver rated at 105 watts per channel with 11 channel processing capability. That means 9 powered speaker channels, 4 independent subwoofer outputs, and enough processing headroom to run configurations like 7.1, 4, or 5.1.6. If you pair it with an external 2-channel amplifier down the road, you can expand to a full 11-channel system without ever replacing the receiver. That is serious long-term value. The format support is also wider on the X3900H. On top of Dolby Atmos and DTS-X, you get IMAX Enhanced, Oro 3D, and 360 reality audio. IMAX Enhanced is the most practically relevant here, especially with a growing 4K Blu-ray library. Oro 3D has a smaller catalog, but a dedicated following among serious music listeners. 360 reality audio is Sony's object-based streaming format available on select platforms. None of these are available on the X2900H. Subwoofer management is a completely different conversation on the X3900H. You get 4 independent sub-outputs with sub-EQ-HT, which lets you calibrate individual level and delay on each subwoofer. Getting even bass distribution across every seat in a larger room is genuinely difficult, with multiple subs sharing the same uncalibrated signal. Sub-EQ-HT solves that. There are also 2 operating modes. Standard, which blends all subs for smooth, consistent bass, and directional, which associates each sub with the nearest speaker channel so bass effects feel spatially connected to what's on screen. That level of bass management used to be reserved for much more expensive standalone processors. The X3900H also introduces two major new features in its amp assign architecture. First, a dedicated front LCR biamp mode that can reassign the Height 2 amplifier terminals to double power the center speaker, sending independent power to the tweeters and woofers separately, which unlocks incredible dialogue depth and clarity. Second, a new Atmos channel expander up mixer that analyzes traditional non-Atmos source material, stereo music, legacy 5.1 tracks, and synthesizes ambient cues into your height channels. It creates a massive holographic live venue sound without making the source material sound artificial. These are genuinely useful tools for a power user. Room correction steps up too. The X3900H runs Audyssey Multi-EQ XT32 instead of XT, which uses significantly more filter points for a more precise correction curve. It also includes sub-EQ HT for independent sub-calibration and low-frequency containment, which reduces bass bleed through walls. If your theater shares a wall with a bedroom or living space, LFC is a feature you will actually use. And the full Dirac Live upgrade suite here includes room correction, bass control, and active room treatment, the complete package. The back panel gives you 6 HDMI inputs and 3 outputs, including a dedicated Zone 2 HDMI output, so you can send a full video signal to a second display without any extra hardware. The X2900H's Zone 2 is audio pre-outs only. Alright, here is my verdict. If you are building a home theater in a typical room, living room, spare bedroom, even a mid-sized dedicated space, and you want proper Dolby Atmos in a 5.1, 2, or 7.1 layout without running multiple subs, the X2900H is your answer. It is well-rounded, competitively priced, and for the first time ever at this tier, it gives you a real path to Dirac Live room correction. That is a meaningful upgrade over the X2800H, and it makes this receiver a genuinely smart buy. But if you have a larger or dedicated room, want to run a serious speaker configuration like 7.1, 4, are using multiple subwoofers, want that ground-up rebuilt audio hardware, or need IMAX Enhanced and Auro 3D in the mix, the X3900H is the move. It is a more capable machine with a rebuilt DAC system, more amplified channels, a more advanced room correction suite, and the full Dirac Live package. It is also the better long-term foundation if you plan to expand your system, because that 11-channel processing gives you room to grow without ever swapping out the receiver. The short version, X2900H for a well-built standard home theater, X3900H for a larger, more complex or expanding system. Both represent a genuine step forward over their predecessors, and both are built and tuned at Denon's Shirakawa Audio Works facility in Japan, which, by the way, has been Denon's home since 1983. These are not mass-produced boxes. They are engineered products with real craft behind them, and it shows in the listening. That is the full breakdown. Denon AVR-X2900H versus AVR-X3900H. If this video helped you figure out which one is right for your system, drop a like. It genuinely helps this channel grow, and it tells me to make more content exactly like this. If you still have questions, drop them in the comments below. I read every single one, and I will answer yours. Subscribe to Tech Egadget if you are not already, because we have more receiver reviews, room correction deep dives, and home theater content coming your way very soon. And hey, if you want to see exactly how Dirac Live works in practice, I have a full walkthrough video on the channel linked right up here. Go check that out next. I will see you in the next one. Peace.